Good morning. Welcome to Whole View Farm. I'm here with the goats. They are some very naughty goats. This isn't where we had planned to have them, but we had a little bit of an incident with a storm came down, and one little post on this netting fell all the way over, and I could see on the outside of it, way back in the woods where we were trying to graze, that they had all come out through there and grazed the area, and they were just gone. And we were, oh, such a terrible feeling. And we searched and searched and searched. It took hours before I could finally find them. My dad was with me. We're driving around my neighbor's property, and he's got 160 acres. It's mostly in corn. And oh, thank God they were not in the middle of that corn eating it. They were right next to the field. You know, they were in the woods, kind of like this, but just hiding in the trees, and I didn't see a single corn plant had been nibbled. So grateful for that. What a terrible feeling. Anyhow, so we decided rather than try to move the herd back where we were at, and they didn't like it too much, we'd just keep going with the program down this way. You see the feeders way over there. So they just had about 3 or 4 days in this big draw here, and then there's more corn, and it looks pretty much like this on the other side of the draw. And I just let them into this paddock here. So you see Griffin's laying down there, the feeder and the water way back there. And this is brand new paddock. I had to pull out my phone because I thought this is so fun. There's this big deadfall in the woods here. And they're just going, the first thing they did is just run straight up and see how high off the ground they could go. And they're probably 15 feet up there to that little guy. So yeah, first thing they do is try to graze the tops of the trees. But there's plenty in here for them. What they've cleaned up looks really good. And there's Georgia right there. We got her and Griffin working together because we thought the woods are a little scarier than the open field where the sheep are at. So better to have 2 dogs in this one, and Gertie's by herself up by the sheep. You can see they don't like clean up everything, but I mean, you couldn't even see through this before. You would not be able to see that field stand right here. So there's quite a bit of cleanup that happened, and yeah, we're just gonna keep going right around the corner where we've got a gate into our 26 acres right there, and then we're gonna graze around our side along the fence line, and then we've got a draw there that could use some cleanup. And we'll go back over to the gate over there. We can get them back onto our neighbor's side and finish. There's still about 20 plus acres of woods over there that we want to get cleaned up. But hey, get the fence line cleaned, and you know, sometimes you got to change your plans, and that's okay. Did you lose your mom? Or are you just showing off how high you can go? Yeah. Yeah, I think they're just yelling, showing off to their friends what they're up to. Boy, these are three of our kids that were born this year, and they're growing up so fast. Unfortunately, we only had 6 kids total, so I think our buck had an issue and impregnated 4 of the does, and that was it for this year. So we're having some conversations about what we want to do moving forward. There's some things genetically we'd like to improve, and obviously we want to get our numbers up because we've got a lot of woods to manage between us and our neighbors, and it's working well using the goats, but we need bigger, better goats and more of them. So kind of stinks to have a loss of a year pretty much as far as growth goes, but in some ways it's a blessing because there's some things that we'd really like to improve genetically, and we're gonna have to bring in some new stock to do that. And so maybe it's better we don't have a ton of kids from these girls, and we can focus on what we want to improve and where we're going to get the stock to do it. And then, you know, if at first you don't succeed, we'll just keep trying and keep learning, and you know, life is good. It's very grateful to be out here and have the opportunity to fail at some things. So anyhow, that's it. Quick update. Had to show you these cute goats climbing this big fallen tree, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.